Yeah, it's your boy E3, son of the legendary Godfather, gangster rap, Eric Easy, right? And yeah, you rockin' with NUGL TV. You know, we rich and ruthless, baby. Once again, NUGL TV, rich and ruthless, baby. We choose to keep it real. Really though.
We're back. This is 2020. We're in 2020. I got my 2020 vision the other day. Something told me, man, wear your glasses. We're back again with another edition of NUGL TV. I'm the host today, Big A. Now, on my right, I have who?
Carly G.
Carly motherfucking G. Let's give Carly G motherfucking round of motherfucking applause.
Capital G.
Yes. And the G is for godly, good. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Big A.
Yeah. Today we're starting our year off right, man, with some very, very VIGs and VIPs and VIEs. And VIGs is very important. Guess.
I like that.
Made it work.
And let's introduce everybody. Introduce yourself.
My name is Angelique Barcelo-Tribelhorn.
Hey.
And I am the founder and the CEO of The Perfect Plug, LLC.
The Perfect Plug, LLC. Can we do one more of these? I'm always happy to have beautiful people in the building. And in my front of me, I have...
Ashley Perkins, and I'm the vice president of the Perfect Plug.
Can we get a what? The VP in the building?
Yes.
I love it. The Perfect Plug Crisis Management Consulting and Staffing Team. I love that. I seen that today in base camp. I'm like, wow, this is going to be interesting. This is something I'm very interested in. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, The Perfect Plug, LLC actually launched in September.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
And took off to a faster start than expected. I started.
Wow.
Yes. That's very fast.
Godly vision. And
Godly
it went,
vision,
man,
absolutely.
Come on.
And when we're praying, it shows up like in tenfolds and synchronicities happen and the Lord provides. So back in September, started very quickly, didn't expect to have as much traction, wanted to actually fully launch in January. In that time period, things picked up very quickly. I was on my own, had an assistant that was helping me. Along the way, I met Ashley a few months back, and we had a lot of synchronicities as well, a lot of vision that really worked together.
Yes.
And we have a lot of yin and yang aspects
Why
of
not?
ourselves. If you could even look at us and see the difference in our style.
You want to guess which the yin and yang I am?
Well, the bottom line, we got some cultural aspects in this.
Yes, absolutely.
A good vibe, a good feel. That's good. I like that. Continue on. I like that.
But yeah, so we partnered up, and it actually grew from there through our various networks in entertainment, because our main niche cannabis, but as well through that, people hearing, crisis management, got drawn into some entertainment cases and different things of the such.
Yeah.
And my background previous to starting this business was I owned a construction company at one point.
Okay.
As well as the construction sales, which has led me into that. Solar sales, very big sales background. And as long as I believed in whatever product I had, I was always very top-notch, a top producer in selling it. And it turned into, while being in the cannabis space, that there was a lot of people that needed assistance with growing their business or different products and different things. And so it's led us to also do outside sales for a lot of companies and partner up within the tech space, within the cannabis space, music space. And
Yeah, a lot of spaces.
A lot of spaces.
Great.
Where we,
We
just
occupy
ended up...
spaces, women.
That's great.
Everybody needs a plug.
That's good shit, man.
We ended up, being the perfect plug, not just for what we thought it was going to be.
You see what I'm saying?
Who the plug? And we were like, we're the plug.
Man. I'm going to tell you something about the plug. I have a vendor. I own a store. Well, I'm a co-partner, administration of a store called The Place in Las Vegas at the Boulevard Mall.
We was just there. We could have went.
Yeah, it's celebrity-driven. Snoop's influence, Big Percy's owner, Red Grant, the comedian. We all got together one day and put this thing together. But my story is we did vendor consignment deals with independent vendors who have their own clothes to get the product in the store. And one came in there called The Plug.
Hey.
No way.
Now, the good thing about the plug, it was driven for women and younger adults, but I wanted to know what the plug was, because in our minds, you know what the plug is. But his is people living under God.
Oh.
A religious clothing
Which
line.
is great,
Right.
because we have that already.
You know what I'm saying? How it works.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
amazing.
I want to commend you on just flying that out there like that and using that energy. But that's just something I wanted to say. Like I said, when I first seen it, I'm like, wait a minute, do they have a clothing store? I'm like, you know what I mean? But no, great. How did you guys meet? How did that
what
bump
story
in?
do I-
You want to start it or should
Okay,
I?
I kinda wanna-
I'm kind of curious, just because I know you educated. I see on your bio.
Oh yeah, I went to Columbia and I went
Yeah.
to UC Riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I came from a social work aspect.
Okay.
Where she came from sales.
Uh-huh.
And so I would do meetups and I would do community events and
Wow.
meet with politicians and stuff, try to
Yeah.
get the community to like bridge that gap.
Yeah.
But, you know, what comes with that is somebody has to put this together and somebody has to put in the sweat equity. So
Yes.
I was trying to teach the community how to monetize.
Yes.
And by doing that, I ran into somebody that said that they were good in finances and knew how to do this stuff. That's where she comes in. So we meeting up, they're talking about deals. He just brings me into the meeting.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh no, she has like a lot of good people
Right.
working with
Right.
her.
Yeah.
And this guy, I'm starting to think is not the right person we should be
Yeah,
aligned
right.
with.
Okay.
And I think we felt that at the same time.
Okay.
So we called each other and was like, you want to meet? Yeah, you want to meet? Yeah, let's talk about this.
I was like, I need the down low on this dude because I'm about to have a background check,
Okay.
Ryan.
The
Right.
background check was the spirit above. He was the connector.
Right. It really
Social
was.
connector, and then boop, you did your job.
Yeah, we
Right.
had to, skirt him to the
That
side.
happens. That happens.
The universe uses people to draw people
Yeah.
together.
It really does.
You Barry. That's a good story. So you guys got together, which was good, great.
Yes.
You brought her into the company with your vision already, right?
Yes, so it was a lot of, because of the traction, I said it was coming on really quickly, especially right now in the state of California is now required by state law to have sexual harassment prevention training classes for any business with 5 or more employees. So that's an hour session for regular employees and then a 2-hour session for supervisory employees. So a lot of startups, there's a lot of startups, just smaller businesses. Necessarily, big corporations have HR departments and people that are there regularly, but a lot of the times they don't have somebody, or they'll have to outsource it in case of a crisis,
Yes.
case
Right.
of a whatever it may
Right.
be. They'll have an outsource for HR.
Okay.
And so we help with the sexual harassment prevention trainings. Going
Okay.
in as a service.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll get that, go in,
Yeah.
do it all one day. Excuse me, I talk fast sometimes. And as well as splitting it up, maybe one day for the employees, one day for the supervisories.
That's good to know that you can approach businesses. Cannabis, is
Yes.
it like dispensaries and stuff?
Absolutely. Any business in California is required by state law to comply. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, I
We
like
got the
that.
whole state.
Yeah.
I like that marketing plan. You
Yeah.
just send that letter. Have you been
Yeah.
trained?
Yeah.
Boom. You're in the service.
And to me, it's helpful because
Yes.
we get to target the bigger companies
Yeah.
that are like growing but haven't fully developed their HR.
Right.
And then we also get to look at the small businesses that sometimes don't have time to do all this because they're dealing with family members working with them and like all these other things. They're not really paying it. They don't have the time.
Wow.
So we're like, hey,
And
and just
the
so you
best-
didn't get caught up,
Well,
sorry.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's the best thing for the business because when you have these businesses and you're growing, the last thing you need is a lawsuit.
Right.
And we have so much controversy going on right now in today's society where the controversies are, one person gives an accusation that might be false, but maybe they're upset about something,
Yes.
having an emotional day. And now this company is going down because of a lawsuit
Yes.
that turns out to be negligent or wrong or false. And what leads into some of our crisis management is that we also represent men in false sexual harassment allegations, being able to give them an ear. Obviously, not obviously, but this is our process. We take on the case only after reviewing every aspect of it, talking to the client, making sure they're fully truthful, understanding the background, and then seeing what we can do to assist them and make the problem go away if we feel it is the truth. But if it comes down to, they lie to us, anything of the such comes up after the fact that they didn't let us know, then we have to cut off the client and no longer will assist because we work out of full integrity and morality. So it is by choice what cases we take on.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. I love that.
Awesome. Well, I think this will be helpful for a lot of these new companies that are actually waiting to get permits. I was just on the phone with the city the other day. They're having a symposium in March, and they said they have over 500 plus permits just waiting. And all of these new people coming into this business, they may not know this side of it or that these needs are needing to be filled. So, that's definitely really important. But so
an hour class could change a couple of now.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you guys have coming up next for the Perfect Plug?
Well, right now we're really excited. We just partnered up with Telecast Wireless, Incorporated out of Chicago, and their DB underneath that we operate under is Canteen Wireless as well, with different cellular products. We also have a cellular wireless base, and we're actually going to be including energy for the first time with a brokerage. So being able to, I don't know if a lot of people know how electricity works in general, but in unregulated states where there's a surplus of energy, the electric companies can't hold on to it, so they can't monopolize and they have to actually broker it out. And when that happens, there are big brokerages that can independently purchase that electricity and then go ahead and sell it.
At
a cheaper rate. And so we've partnered up with Telecast Wireless, which is doing cellular service, devices, as well as accessories, as well as providing energy. So it's kind of, a double threat there. And we have our own line that's going to be featured through Canteen Wireless, that DBA.
Canteen Wireless. This is a charger, right?
It's a portable.
It's both.
Both.
Yes, it does both.
Done.
You could unplug it and keep going.
And go down, plug in.
Yep,
hit
two
the
things.
Bam.
You're good to go.
Great.
Two things.
We have headphones, we have chargers, we have cords. That one's actually, we're going to be doing a line called the Perfect Plug.
Yeah.
We just found out.
That is the perfect plug. That's genius.
That's exciting coming up for us. We got the perfect plug.
Got
so
you.
I was like, God just sent us that because they were like, hey, would you like to do your own line? Like, no biggie. Like, we'll just put the perfect plug. I was like, for the perfect plug?
Wait,
like,
but he dreamed about it. He dreamed about it.
Yeah,
he woke up
our
and was like, I
partner.
just had an idea. Would you want to do the perfect plug?
And we're like,
You know what? I'm going to explain something to you. You know what I see? I see halos on everybody's head right now.
Oh,
you guys
man.
are truly, truly blessed.
Thank you.
I mean, just the work of the higher power, man, how it connects and then boom, 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 boom. That shows your 20/20 vision is definitely there. Your incubation process is there because your heart is there and your soul, because you have to line up your mind, body, and soul. When shit like that crack, I'm in living there. I'm an example, so I can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got your glasses on.
And the reason why I stared at some of our audience members because normally I would shout. You know me, I would put, so I had to calm down.
You have to get smooth for 2020, baby. You have to get
I
smooth.
got to calm down. That is so on point. I love that, man.
Amazing.
I see a bright. What is your day-to-day activity and with the plug and going? Is it on the phone? Is it meetings? Is it appointments? Is
Bluetooth has saved our lives.
it straight up?
And LA traffic be killing me.
Straight up.
Right.
Yep. But you know what? If it's, I'm telling you,
But
I
it's
do
worth
it. Too.
I can make it work. You can make it work. Whether it be listening to a podcast, a book, making meetings. You know what I mean?
Hey.
You got to get stuff done. Might as well figure it out. Find your comfort zone, get situated, know where you need to have things. You know what I mean? And make it happen.
And that's why partnership works too. Also.
I had a meeting in Westlake Village yesterday.
Westlake, where?
2:00. I'm like,
From where?
we're corrupt from here.
Oh,
We're
no.
corrupt from Rancho.
From
Shoot out
Rancho?
there, yeah, and shoot out there, right? So I said, you know what? I'm not even going to trip off the negative vision that came in, the traffic, right?
Right.
We're going to knock it down.
And enjoy the time.
It was knock it down. Had me some medicated pens on me. Corrupt as a talker.
Properly.
You're like, I won't get this done.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it was about some good business. At the end of the day, it's about some dollars. At the biggest day, it's about the brand that we're building.
Absolutely.
So all that, it don't matter. You know, I've been through that before. When I was living on the other side of life,
Yeah.
I remember being on that bus, shackled, looking out that window on the 405 and like, you know what? I wish I was in that person's shoes. Traffic was back to back. So I got an opportunity to be in that traffic back to back in that person's shoes. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, I went to boarding school, lockdown, all girls therapeutic boarding school for a year and a half, where my parents sent me, and you know, I'd like to write bemoan on it. It gave me a deeper, introspective, like, vision of the world and myself and everybody around me, so it really saved my life. But it was traumatizing at certain points.
Okay.
And then
you see the benefits from
absolutely. Don't you dare
give me that?
Absolutely.
I'm a foster child.
Yeah.
I got the benefits from being a foster child.
Exactly. You get to take what you have and what you've been through, and you get to choose what you do with it. And because I remember we would go to medical appointments in like the middle of the desert, because our school was in the middle of the desert.
Right.
Like, nobody can get there.
Yeah.
And well, there's a trailer park, but you didn't want to go there. And so, like, they would take us out and we'd be like, wow, there's like a grocery store. Like, there's candy. Like, we look at it. Like, I just wish I could. And it's like, no, you're going back to campus right after this. And walkie-talkied everywhere. And, you know.
It built you who you are today.
Absolutely. And I did the wilderness thing similar too. So. But those experiences definitely, when I think about them, when I get into those situations, I totally relate to you, because I was thinking about it yesterday. And I was also really fat and bullied, and like when I was a kid, had a reading disability, all that jazz. So I'll think about those times, and it's like, I remember wanting to be where I am now, and then being like so like miserable then, but wanting to be so grateful if I had that, and now I have that. So just like, you know, cut your BS and keep moving.
And look how you're giving back to the community. Look how you're giving back to the business platform. Look how you incubated your future. Oh man, that's a beautiful thing. But moving on with the business, roll out on the plug.
Yes,
we'll be rolling out soon.
We have to, you know, it's going to go through manufacturing, so we'll.
We gonna put our stuff on it.
Yeah, we have. We got the plug right there.
Look here. Look here.
Turn it.
Look here. Listen to me. Take that logo, go get that logo made on a white sticker or a clear sticker, stick it on, and get your prototype.
We did that.
Right, we already got it. We got it. I was going to say
my mama taught me resourcefulness.
I got it in the car. I'm not going to lie. We printed them on the HP printer at home.
Hey,
that wasn't...
incubation.
Hey, you got to make it work.
I'm a combat engineer, 12 Bravo company. I'm a discharged veteran, and we had to use ingenuity.
You have to.
I never knew how to make explosive until the military showed me how to make explosive with natural resources.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Timing device with a natural resource.
Yeah. So I know what you mean. Okay, I get you.
Timothy McVeigh, he didn't go buy any products from an ammunition store. He bought natural products from the home and gardening store.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You got to make it MacGyver it. You got to MacGyver.
You don't have to get a license to go buy something to hurt people.
Man,
if you want to do it, you're
Walmart.
No, I like that you started this company because I was when I got out the military as a regular person, I didn't get into the music business.
As a civilian.
Yeah, as a civilian. I was just ready to be a regular civilian. The entertainment bug was in me, but I didn't let it affect me. I was like, nah, it's not me. I remember I was the youngest African-American maintenance coordinator for the Long Beach Naval Shipyard.
Okay.
So I had like 200 Navy and maybe 30 civilian personnel up under me.
Okay.
Right?
Damn.
So the military, the Naval Shipyard, sent me to a school like this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it prepared me for supervisory skills, communication skills, the rules and regulations of the sexual harassment.
Absolutely.
And I was able to get trained there as a supervisor and watch out for those things with my employees and Navy personnel. And then I would give, every Tuesday, I was a safety officer, so I had to sit up in front of the whole battalion and give out a safety class, you know what I mean, and about management still. So I commend you on that. So a lot of big money in that, in this business right here, especially in the cannabis community, with those businesses growing, you coming in with that letter showing that you got to get this training. I'm here to give you that training. Because no one is doing that.
No. Well, and, it's having their own back. Because the first thing when you go to court, like if anything does come up, is have you guys been trained?
Exactly.
Train your employees.
Exactly.
Right. And then they're like, we were thought about it, but we never really. It's like, well, your first defense is to go ahead and get yourself trained. So now you have some credibility that you weren't ignorant to what was going on. You took steps to make sure that your employees were educated, that your supervisors are educated.
Exactly.
So now it's them. Yet, if you see it, you have to take action. Yeah. But you're giving the responsibility over to the people, so they can never claim ignorance that they never knew. Yeah. Right. And now that helps the business. Yeah. And protects
how that works.
And that's why we do business consulting too, so we can let you know what are you missing, what are the gaps, like
so
you can help fill in everything.
On the business, not trying to get in the business, we ain't gonna put the numbers out there. So there is some type of feed. You have like different programs that the company buys into, saying, "Hey, this is what this is."
So it depends.
Hourly or.
It depends. With us, so crisis management and consulting. So crisis management technically is a type of consulting. But it is a different level of normally there's like something that needs to be taken care of or fixed. There's a problem and we're going to fix it. And it might take a certain amount of hours, resources, depending on who, what it may be. Okay. With consulting, a lot of the times we generalize that to business consulting, taking it down to the bare core of like what's going on in operations in a company, standard operating procedures. Do they need a sales procedures written up? Do they need a training? Wow. Something more generalized that they don't have the resources to generally do on their own or have the knowledge, and they need somebody that can handle that for them and get it done. Wow. Get their people staffed, or pull in their staff, get them trained, make sure they're ready to go out into the field.
Yes.
Something
protect the business.
Absolutely. So whatever that resource, that plug they need, with that plug for them, that perfect plug wherever that may be, if they need. And then once we go in and see, hey, okay, you're lacking in operations here, and we're able to, if they want us to help out, like if they're expanding, want to look at the books and see, okay, can we afford to do this? Like a lot of business owners, when they get really excited and they get a business and start making money, make really poor decisions with their money. And they don't really realize what they're putting out every month that could be brought back to save them a ton of revenue. Right. And maybe bringing that extra employee that brings their profit up another 10% because they're really increasing maybe from 6 people to 7, but that 7th really changes the dynamic of the entire company to move faster, that brings in more business. Right. So there's different things that go in like that. And then, staffing, recruiting kind of speaks for itself.
I mean, but just to note on the staffing, the one thing I would say is a lot of people, they start a business and they're like, I could do everything all by myself. Right. Right. And it's sometimes you have to in the beginning, you know, you limit it. Yeah. But at a certain point, it's like, you can't draw it and sing it and write it and put it up there and push it out and pay for it and drive to ship it. Like, you can't do everything, you know? Right. And so being able to have somebody, some people can't recognize it themselves. That's another reason why we do the business consulting. Yes. Because sometimes you have to tell people this is a problem area. Right. And then the second part is, and this is how you fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, having that outside perspective probably really gives you some perspective.
Right. And then I'll be like, by the way, when we take that back, we didn't talk about that about our business, because I just realized something. And we didn't fix that. Giving out that advice.
So how do you approach the companies? Do they contact you, or how do you
find
out?
It's been a lot of referral-based right now, but if we'd like definitely to get more business from outside sources. That's why, we're here. Definitely contact. We have the website, theperfectplug.com.
Exactly. I'm on it now. I love it.
Yes,
Looks good. Very, very quick.
You have the profile on NUGL?
Yep,
I do have the profile on NUGL. And then, I don't know.
You got the
and
profile
we paged
NUGL.
34 or something in the magazine.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Last issues.
Okay.
I've got an magazine.
Was that the Dr. Zodiac?
It's right here. It's in here.
Wait for Warrior.
It's right over there.
Oh, it's over there.
It's
right
the Dr. Zodiac one.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys. Hey, we're so excited having you here. I want to appreciate it. You're definitely coming back.
We are, because we got, we also have some entertainment stuff coming out soon. And I'll be hosting a bikini contest for Super Bowl weekend in Miami at one of the big parties called Love to Ball. And and then performance.
Bikini, huh?
Yeah, I'm hoping they're not putting me in one, but because I'm gonna be like, okay, girls, keep going.
Yes. Okay. All right.
But then we also have NBA Finals coming up, and we actually are sponsors in these parties as well. All-Star Weekend coming up in Chicago.
Right.
Depending on how things go, a single's
Right.
coming out before be performing out there. I also rap.
Okay.
And Ashley has some music she does as well. So just new stuff coming up later.
Okay, I love it. I want to thank you guys for
Thank you for having us.
sitting with us. Did we cover everything?
How do we find them? How do we find you? guys?
Instagram.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Well, we have the perfectplug.com website, so that's
Okay.
the perfect plug.
Okay.
And then you want to say yours?
Instagram, we got the _perfect plug.
Okay.
Then there's also my personal one is AKA_ the sales queen.
Yes.
I do have a private page because of stalkers. So send me a message and say you heard me on here if that's why you're adding me, and then I'll go ahead and let you in.
Exactly.
So there you
Exactly.
go.
And mine,
They
my
were
personal.
They was somebody just said, "Damn, Big A, she fine." I'm like, okay.
She's
block
like,
We
this
just all
guy
say
here.
thank you for
Yeah.
She's beautiful inside
I
and
just
out,
blocked
too.
him. You know what I'm saying?
You can
See,
find
you
me
see all
at Perky Sexy Cool. That's my personal.
Perky Sexy Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also do podcasting. Mine is Perky Perspectives.
We're gonna enjoy your podcast. You're on YouTube. You're on Skype. Where you at? How do you display it? How do you
Skype?
get it out there?
Is that a
Skype.
I'm on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
I
Radio
love it.
Public.
I love it. I love it.
She's
See, I'm
everywhere.
gonna tell you right now, you guys got it easy. You guys got it easy. I had to learn to get into this social media platform. Okay, I come from the old school,
Right.
but I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Believe
stay
me.
old school though. That's why
I
I have
love
her
it.
because I really like
Yeah.
it's really a struggle for me. I'm like I don't do the techie stuff. Like I like paper and pens.
I mean, I don't know if you can see the way I dress. I'm still
and
stuck
then
in
you
the
see
90s.
me.
It doesn't matter. It's organic. It's natural. You get the feeling.
You guys are yourself.
I want to thank you guys for coming. Let's give everybody a round of applause.
Thank you for
NUGL
having us.
TV, pleasure. I want to thank you again. See you soon.
Thank
Yes,
you. Thank
absolutely.
And that's what we do at NUGL. Thank you.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Carly G, thank you again.
Thank you, Big A.
Thank you,
Always.
guys.
Appreciate it. I want to appreciate it. Thank you again.
Thank you.